Alright guys, I haven't recorded like at all today, but we're getting ready for Empower Stockton cohort number 2, class number 1. I'm working on creating a contract for for sending an estimate and everything like that to a potential client that I met with yesterday. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Sorry, kids.
Or for me, if you need one, I have blank ones up here. But you can give that to me after today. Because how we're going to communicate in this cohort, both for the
So, funny thing just happened. One of the individuals who's coming in for services here at the Well for entrepreneurs and businesses walked in last week, and she came down here. I was like, you know what? I just had a feeling. She's all, I walked in here by faith, just thinking and wondering if you guys can help me out. This, and this. Here's the business I want to do. I want to start it off, and cool. I was like, yeah. So we worked with her. We sat down, did some consultation, worked with her, and she started coming to the classes. Well, today she was doing. Today she was doing some headshots, and as I was prepping the camera, we started walking in, and she was like, "You're gonna laugh, but I know who you are." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And she's all, "You're Julian Aguirre's grandson. He was one of the best preachers. Him and Brother Romo, they would go down south and preach, and all the youth camps and this and that." And it just kind of hit me like, dang, like I wasn't expecting someone to be like, "Hey, I know your grandpa," and this and that. But it was just a really cool moment to share that, hey, somebody else that I don't know, that is just like, hey, I thought I recognized you. Like, I've seen you somewhere before, and hey, it was your grandfather that I knew, and I might have seen you at an event or something down south, or even here in Stockton too, and all this stuff. And I was just like, wow, crazy. I don't know, just a little story time. What's up, everyone? So I have not vlogged at all today. Yeah, let's see. We're going back to the questions Q&A. Excuse me. I left off at, if you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet? That's a pretty deep question for 11:30 at night. If you were to die this evening, no opportunity to communicate with anyone. I don't think I'd regret anything. I think I've said my piece in every aspect with everybody that I know as of right now. From what I understand, my pieces have been, my relationships are whole and complete as of right now. I don't think I need to tell anybody, or I would regret not telling anybody anything. So I think I'd be okay if I were to die this evening. I'd
Unless if he forgot something deep down that he's been trying to ignore, that happened to him in childhood that he's just trying to ignore, and like in his last moments he's gonna remember that, or he's gonna dream about it.
Did you hear her?
Yeah, the trauma that I've been suppressing since I was a 7-year-old kid, where my dad threw my mom on a table and made her cry, and then I felt like I always needed to protect every woman that I met because I needed to be able to fix them and help them. So now it is my absolute 100% weakness whenever I see a woman cry, because I saw my mom cry growing up, and I never want that to happen. And so that is my absolute number one weakness, is when I see a woman cry, I will always go and help them out.
But I don't think that's what you've been holding back, what you would regret saying.
No, I don't think I'd have anything I'd regret from.
It's okay, Nate. It's okay.
I'm trying to think. I like that far back. That's 7, 8.
It doesn't have to be that far back, and it doesn't have to be something that extreme.
Oh,
It can be something very small that altered your life forever, and you didn't even realize it. Anyways,
That's over here.
what do you know about my past, Pizza? What do you know that I don't know?
I know just as much as you'll tell me.
Answering the question, if you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? I think I'd be okay. I don't think there's anything I would regret not saying to anybody. I think I've said my piece in all aspects so far. Your house containing everything you own catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be and why?
Beat this on my phone.
Although I was thinking of my stuff before you guys, was like, yo, come pick it up on your own. I ain't going back for y'all. I'm saving my stuff first. My bag, it has everything in it.
I mean, thinking about something important, I would probably go back for my folder full of like my documents with like my birth certificate, my social security card. But like really thinking deep down.
My grandfather's Bible. I think realistically, I can get everything else anew. I can get I get a copy of my birth certificate somewhere. I get a copy of my social security card. I've memorized everything I need to memorize. I think the one thing I would come back in and grab is my grandfather's Bible. It still has all his notes in it. It still has his handwritten letters. It has my notes in it. I think of everything in my room. That is probably the one thing that is irreplaceable that I would run in and get. Yeah.
I'd probably run back in and put Pita back inside.
Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing and why? This is a tough one. And I've thought about this before. I think if my grandma were to pass away, I've imagined that if she were to pass away, I wouldn't really like lose it. I think I'd probably just shut down completely. I don't like it would just be one of those. I would just be quiet. I don't know if any tears would fall. I don't know if I would mourn or I don't know. But I do know that the hardest one to deal with or the most disturbing one would probably be my grandma. And just because she's my partner in crime. You know, we living with her for so many years and taking care of each other and just the memories, and it would be extremely, extremely difficult for me. But I don't think I would react like I reacted when my grandpa passed away or Papa James. You know, this would be a different level of sadness. So yeah, I think that would be the most disturbing.